So today was month 5, day 1 of the leadership training, and we had a lot of great content today. We started with looking at confusion, and that as a term, and how when we say that we're confused about something, you're not really saying that you're either for or against something, which is pretty self-explanatory. But when you look at it in relation to trying to achieve goals or trying to make decisions about things, you're stuck and you're in like a bit of a limbo. So by keep on deferring to you're confused means that you're not actually making any effort to understand what you need to do in order to move forward. So confusion, coming from the Latin con and unity. So you're not in unity. That's a great reason to procrastinate. It's not authentic. So either you need to trust what your feelings are and to say no or yes. And it's a kind of denial of reality where, for an example, like when like my parents would say, like, if you do bad things you go to hell, or if this behavior you go to hell. It's like, well, you don't really know that. So it's kind of denying of my reality of wanting to do something that I felt like was wise, or what was within me, or what was creative, or what matched my feelings, and they're just kind of denying my reality. So, excuse me. And we looked at whatever we deny, we act out. So that was really important. I think we're looking at places in the family dynamic. Like, I was the eldest of 5 kids, and my mum pushed me in like a number 1 position, and my dad wasn't in number 1 position, and then my mum was in maybe in the center, so maybe like 2. So I was 1, my dad was 3, mum was 2, and my siblings came after that. And I have a healthy family dynamic is that you have father at the top, mother in the next position, and then the siblings flow on, the sons and daughters flow on from that. And so what the dynamic that played out, we did a constellation around this, a systemic constellation, and it looked like I was always looking in at the family. And I feel like this role has played out in my life in just about everything, where I feel like I'm watching everyone, and then I have to jump in and articulate or rearrange people or negotiate with people to make sure everything runs smoothly. In doing so, suppressing my creativity, suppressing who I am, stopping me from doing things that I want to do. So me just like ignoring, it's not my responsibility to take care of freaking everyone in my life. So letting go of control and just letting people learn from their own mistakes, or speaking up but not having this constant monitoring going on. And I feel like it plays out in all kinds of group mechanics, played out in school to a lesser extent, played out in my career for sure, but I feel like it's a dynamic that's played out in my life quite a bit. We spoke about ownership. So every charge that you get off another person is about you, which is about 100% ownership of your life. So if you're triggered by someone, it's not the other person's problem to fix it, it's yours. So all the BS around political correctness and safe spaces, you need to own your nonsense. So, which means you need to do your own emotional work. Get into therapy, do whatever you need to do, because by trying to push your emotional nonsense on other people, you're not taking responsibility for your life, and you will never change. So it doesn't matter how safe you think you can try and make the world, it's never going to change unless you change. So we touched on that, which was great. It made a lot of sense to me, because in my past, a lot of stuff has come up for me, and I will blame everyone, everything that I can, but really it's something to do with me. Spoke about closed heart and open pelvis, and open pelvis, closed heart, in relation to intimacy. So for me, that I resonated with that a lot with when I have sex or if I'm connecting with someone, like energetically, like I'll either close off my heart or close off my pelvis and rotate between the two. So my heart will belong to somebody else and my pelvis will belong to whoever I'm being intimate with at that moment in time. So when I attract women, that because I have those in me, I will attract women that have the opposite of that. So if I have a closed heart, they'll have an open heart. If I have an open pelvis, they'll have a closed pelvis. Actually, no, that's the wrong way around. Um, no, that's right. Open heart to connect. Closed pelvis, closed pelvis. No, I've got that wrong. It's basically in relation to me, I need to open up my heart and open up my pelvis. Otherwise, I'm never going to be in a loving, committed relationship. And I feel like that's where I want to go. That's what I want to do. I want to be able to be one. I want to be in unity with myself so I can be vulnerable. If I just need to be open, just be who I am. And I don't think I've ever done that in any relationship. I didn't have any tools. I didn't know. That's why I'm doing the emotional work. And I feel like there are a lot of men out there, especially with wounding that is the rigid or some schizoid. This is characterology wounding. Wilhelm Reich's characterology. That will be the pattern that we will see. Closed heart or open pelvis, closed heart. So you never actually get to experience the full person. You don't get to experience the full me because I'm split, bottom up, top down. It's unfair for the person that I want to love, and it's shit for me because I'm not experiencing the full range of emotions that I can if I was in unity. Other notes that I have here: I did my talk, which went quite well. Spoke about Einstein and how frequency, energy, and vibration are all related to each other. And then with the frequency, I really enjoy patterns, and frequency helps to identify patterns in things. It's repetition. The vibration is like the kind of energy that I'm sending out, so I'll attract people based on where I'm at, and the energy is like the vessel, the container, how much of my attention that I can give, and the intensity of my attention I can give. So that talk went pretty well. Got some good feedback. A lot of it, the negative stuff was about not connecting with my heart, which I may have split off while I was talking. The more intellectual I get, but the other feedback I get is that I'm always keeping secrets. So there's something about me that people want to understand, but I withdraw some of the detail, which people think like, oh, there's more to you that I want to know about. And I wanted to say, well, that's kind of like what my thing is when luring people into liking me. Like I only give them bits and pieces, so I sound really interesting, but then I don't give them the whole story, which I don't know. I need to have a look. I need to look at that and see what that's all about. We looked at the Johari Window model, which is about it's 4 squares all connected to each other, and you can look it up if you want. It's called the Johari Window, by Joseph Lufton and Harry Ingham. It's quite interesting to overlay Robert's character analysis with that. It makes a lot of sense and helps you to push you outside of your comfort zone. Well, it'll help you to understand how to push yourself out of the comfort zone. We also spoke about confidentiality within that, and we did a little bit of work on enmeshment and dysfunctional families. A lot of us at the group therapy have had enmeshment at some degree, which means we get in engulfment type relationships where really unhealthy boundaries can turn into abuse, which my last relationship was quite abusive, and I feel like I need to deal with my stuff so I don't keep bringing that into my relationships in future, and I don't really want to be an abusive bloke. Um, what else did we talk about? We did some breathing exercises. So an exercise that we lay on the floor and we move our feet in unison with breathing, and lying down takes you into like a childhood state, and then you breathe into whatever feelings that come, and we can grieve like old stuff. Like I grieved stuff from the constellation about foregoing aspects of my childhood, about having to feel like I was responsible for the family in some degrees. Um, that was quite upsetting for me, and basically I ended up telling the group that that's what I grieved during that exercise. And Robert came and gave me a hug and said, like, can you tell the group that I want to love them more, but I have a broken heart. And I broke down about that because I feel like I've got a lot of love to give, and I feel like because I have got the broken-hearted wound, that I feel like I'm always just going to get rejected, or um, it's never. It's I just feel like I'm going to get rejected. That's my wound. So, and that's played out a lot in my life, where when I speak my mind or speak my emotions, my partner isn't really interested, and then says that I'm like needy, or that I didn't spend enough time thinking about my emotions, but basically I just need to talk them out and make sure I can deal with it myself. But I've had that, and that's just my issue to deal with, where I'm going to keep on bringing people into my life where I'm always going to be betrayed, because that's the energy that I have. The vibration that I put out is that I'm always going to be betrayed. So I'm always going to attract people that are going to betray my heart. So that's just 100% responsibility. It's me to fix, me to scoop out that wound, deal with it, feel it, heal it, whatever I need to do. What other stuff? Yeah, it was great. Spoke to one of my mates about a potential business proposal, which I'm really, 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 really looking forward to. So, taking a detour from going into politics and looking at healing healing the masculine energy in men. I feel like it's something that we need to do. I think society's going to become a political clusterfuck, and men need to be there as the pillars to keep it sane and sensible, and also encourage men to reconnect with their creativity and do whatever the hell they feel like they need to do, and just like do it. Like, I think there's a lot of men out there that are not living their life purpose. They don't really know what their life purpose is. They're just going through the motions, either in a safe job, earning money, spending money on whatever it is to distract them from the pain of working a job that they hate. And if that's what they want to do, that's fine, they can do it. But then with us, they can heal that stuff, look at all their emotional issues, find out where they're going wrong in their life, the patterns that keep repeating, look at it, feel it, heal it, and then move on to feeling and healing something else, or move on with your life. Like, quit the job and start the business, or find a partner that you can support and be respectful and show them dignity. I think that's a thing that a lot of women want, is respect and dignity. And a lot of the free sex movement that came out of feminism, like, I think there's a lot of women that would prefer to be respected and have dignity. And I think there's an element in the free sex movement, sexual empowerment, that women just get used. Men don't need the same emotional engagement that women do for sex. We just don't. And I feel like we do women a disservice when we don't honour that. I think there's a lot of women out there that either will acknowledge what I'm saying, or they will say, no, we love the free sex, it's great, so we're fine if you enjoy that. then great. But there's a lot of women out there that would like to be treated with some dignity and some respect and have a loving relationship where they can talk about their feelings, and guys that can have that reciprocated as well, or they can talk about their feelings too without outside of judgment. And I feel like masculine needs to be healed first, so we can stop looking to women to be surrogate mothers. But anyway, more on that later. What other shenanigans? Yeah, that's all that really stands out. So more to do tomorrow. I'm going to go to bed because I want to be well rested for tomorrow. I have plenty more energy to do that. And yeah, thanks for listening. Bye.